Welcome back, everyone. We are back once again with another Lolcow breakdown. However, I'm sure if you've read the title of this video and you've probably heard about this situation a couple times already from other channels, I just thought, I should put my 2 cents into it and, we're gonna get into it. Back in late December of 2025, it was revealed to the community who watches these kind of Lolcow breakdowns that a very popular, well-known commentator, the Leaping Lemur, actually had some really deplorable things come out about him. If y'all don't already know who the Leaping Lemur is, he is a Lolcow commentator who had roughly about 60,000 subscribers at his peak, where he would make videos going over a lot of different Lolcows. Some notable names like Nova Online, Tofia Ju, and Andrew Ditch, and even going to the deeper spaces and talking about people like Paul Breach. And we all know these people to be disgusting and wretched people who do some really gross things online. However, it seems like the Leaping Lemur flew a bit too close to the sun, and now he has become the very thing that he would make so many videos about. If you've never watched the Leaping Lemur, you wouldn't really know how he talks and how he acts, and just his overall descriptions of the people he goes over, but he has a real niche for lacerating these Lolcows based off of their appearance and physical stature. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when it came out about Lemur's own physical stature, it was a bit perplexing on why he'd be throwing tomatoes and shooting spitballs at people for their appearance and weight. However, him being shaped like Nova and having the likability of a cactus doesn't explain why he is now a Lolcow. What Lemur did and his actions towards his girlfriend have now turned him into this. The Leaping Lemur has since been exposed for being a very shitty friend and partner, with a plethora of messages coming out depicting some really slimy behavior between him and his girlfriend at the time. Things like flexing his $3,000 in his bank account, claiming that he could take care of her, which, it's not an egregious thing to say, of course, but it's quite funny flexing the amount of money that you try to claim that you can take care of somebody with. Times are tough nowadays. You definitely aren't going to scoot by on a monthly basis with only $3,000. But regardless, these texts were revealed to also have some really gross behavior and gross tendencies by the Leaping Lemur. So we're going to start breaking that down and, why exactly the whole issue with Lemur is and what he did to his girlfriend. Lemur started dating a girl named Lily in October of 2025. They were first, they were just a little Discord couple, which there's nothing wrong with it, but it definitely fits this doofus's character that he was trying to flex his $3,000 to his Discord kitten. And Lemur would do things like love bomb Lily and say things like, "You should come in my stream and chat so I can flex the fact that you're mine." And overall, he was just being extremely possessive about this girl he had only been in a Discord relationship for like about a month. So some of these messages have come out and they're just kind of fucking deranged, like the one on screen right now saying shit like, "Babe, please don't cheat on me," and just like the overall vibe of this string of messages just gives like really crazy possessive guy who doesn't understand how to be in a relationship. This line of logic is also supported by the fact that Lemur would promise this girl innumerable things, like getting an apartment together and having her move in with him and getting engaged and trying to help her create content to be this big YouTuber like him, which is insane. Clearly, you are only a month or so into this relationship, Lemur, and you're doing all that. He said in the video of him breaking down this whole situation that he was only 21 and he hasn't been in many serious relationships.
To be honest with you, I'm young. I'm 21. I haven't been in many serious relationships, and it felt like this person had a strong connection to me.
But you're a human, right? You understand how social interaction works and how you can't just promise all this shit with no reasonable plan to get it done. Also, within a month of dating? That's just kind of creepy to me. A little strange. And with this, he also managed to get Lily and her entire family doxxed on Kiwi farms. So this turbo idiot managed to get his internet girlfriend and her family doxxed. And then he tries to make it seem like it was just, the price of showbiz. It was just the price of being in a relationship with an Adonis of YouTube clout like himself. Saying shit like every big YouTuber gets doxxed here and there. Not offering any kind of consoling or comfort. Just kind of acting like Lily was making a mountain out of a molehill. Doxing is fucked up, no matter how you try and weasel your way out of that fact. So, given that Lemur didn't try and offer any kind of consoling to his own girlfriend that he had publicly been in love with, he was infatuated with this girl. This kind of behavior gives us more understanding about his character and his inability to act like a decent human being. Lemur had a major issue with displaying this massive bravado and ego, perpetrating this big tough guy who was just flexing on all these Lolcows, and it's really a damn shame. Being so conflated in your head to have this big ego must feel real shitty when you're exposed for being a big old creep. With another string of messages between him and Lily where she pointed out the fact that he's got a lot to say on people on the internet when he shouldn't be, saying that he's got an ego, and then him responding saying everybody has flaws and nothing he does is major, which I agree, everyone has flaws, but when your entire persona is shitting on these Lolcows and not offering any kind of real content or constructive criticism besides dumpstering them, it gets kind of repetitive. And it also displays this character profile of Lemur thinking he is, a mightier than thou. And then again, Lily commenting on his ego, he responds saying, "It's not ego, it's confidence in myself as a person because I know what I've been through, and I know what I'm capable of, Lily. What does Goober think he is? Do you think he's the main character in an anime? Is he about to go Sage mode to battle the internet Lolcows like Joshua Block and Nova Online? That's a ridiculous line of logic. All you did was dumpster Lolcows, and people watched you for that, Lemur. But as we continue to understand a major event that happened between Lemur and Lily, we're gonna have to go through their first meeting. As I previously stated, Lemur had gotten Lily doxed, and pretty soon after that, Lemur wanted to meet up with Lily for the first time and spend some time together in person because he wanted to plant more of a foundation in their relationship by having their first meetup IRL. So with that, they decided it's time to meet up and get a hotel together. And it's important to know this before we go into this part. Lemur is a 21-year-old male, and Lily is a 19-year-old female. And for all of my United States residents here, we all know that the legal age to drink is 21. Not 20, not 19, but 21. So Lily and Lemur met up. They Ubered from the airport where they had met, and they went straight to a liquor store as one of their first stops in their getaway together. And if you can't already see an issue here, we can see that Lemur decides that he will take it on himself to buy alcohol for him and his 19-year-old girlfriend. Lemur would claim that there was pressure put onto him by Lily to purchase this alcohol, but listen up, Buster. You're the one who's able to make that decision. You're the one who's 21, not her. If you weren't such a pushover, you could have just said, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't feel comfortable supplying a 19-year-old with alcohol. Even in these text messages, you can see that he questioned the fact that she was underage in regards to consuming alcohol. So he knew damn well that he was not doing a correct action here. So, by Lemur's accounts, he would talk about how they got to the hotel and they would, start drinking and chilling together, and on the third night, shit just kind of got out of hand and out of control. And I'll show you what Lemur had to say about that night.
We had went to go see each other and we were chilling. We were doing our thing. Like, this is a girl that I don't drink. I just turned 21 not too long ago. I'm not going to lie. I mean, everybody drinks before they turn 21, right? If you're like 19, 20, you go into a party, you're going to drink. So I'm drinking. I mean, that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I chill. Like, I get chill when I drink.
The words of a poet right here. He says, I don't drink that much because I just turned 21. But actually, guys, I'm super chill. I'm one of the chillest drinkers ever. Like, I'm totally beer chill. Surf's up, guys. So like, let's go. This statement here doesn't make like any sense.
Drinking. So we're chilling, we're drinking. This girl goes and like we're laying in bed, just chilling. And she gets up randomly and starts looking at the wall, like looking at the wall on some like psychosis shit, like straight at the wall. And she starts saying like a bunch of shit that I don't even know what she's talking about. It's almost like she went through psychosis. And this is exactly what she told me herself happened. She said that she went through drunken psychosis. So she gets up and she starts saying, don't hit me, don't do this, don't do that, da 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 da, like random shit. And I'm far away from her on the other side of the bed, just staring at her like, what the fuck? She walks out of the room, like stumbles out of the hotel room. I end up locking the key inside. I have to go down to the fucking thing and get a key. So I go down to the thing and get a key. I walk back up. I let us in our room and she's just belligerent, like just going off, telling me I'm this, telling me I'm that. Obviously, like I'm not some kind of dude who's gonna sit there and take that on. Maybe she thought I was. Maybe it's because she was drunk. I don't know.
What a big nothing burger of a statement here. Lemur dances so carefully around what actually happened here. You could see him like he's performing a ballet right now. So Lemur, you say that she was overcome with drunken psychosis and you just let her leave your room? You didn't attempt to prevent that from happening? You just decided she can leave and then I'll follow you out to try and get you back. Once again, this could have all been avoided if you didn't supply you two with this alcohol. You yourself stating that you weren't a big drinker. You didn't have to bring in that alcohol and put yourself in this situation. But you did. You made all this shit happen by buying the alcohol and going overboard with your girlfriend, and then you made stupid decision after stupid decision.
But she started saying a bunch of shit, and I'm like, you don't have to be here, just go. I'm like kind of tired of hearing you talk shit. I'm trying to go to bed. And that set her off. She didn't like that I kicked her out of the hotel room. She got really angry and started slamming shit. I put down money on the fucking hotel room or whatever the fuck, the room. I put money on it. So, her, like, if she starts slamming shit and breaking shit, obviously I'm gonna have to pay for it. So I'm like, what the fuck? I told her to get out. I'm like, you gotta get out of here. Like, you're slamming shit now. You really, like, just go. I'll pack your stuff. I'll get you out. That made her mad. So she started hitting me. I'm not lying to you. Dead ass. I'll look you dead in the eye and tell me. Girl started socking me, like hitting me. She hit me in the jaw. She hit me in the mouth and she bit my arm. Bit me. Maybe that's why they call her teeth gums. I don't know.
Now, I'm no doctor. I'm not an expert on injuries here, but to my eyes, that does not look like bite marks. And this was even stated by Lily when she was on stream with Major Chilla. These look like nail markings, not bite marks. I don't know why Lemur would choose to embellish the truth here. Maybe these are bite marks, but that doesn't really seem like that's the case. So with this, now we're going to go over some of the messages from Lily and Lemur about what happened, and when, Lily was completely blackout drunk, she would describe in text messages sent to Lemur that she was extremely uncomfortable by the ways that he was touching her, and the things that he would do to her during her massively inebriated stage was just not okay. And once again, the reason she was in this state is because Lemur made the choice to buy and supply all this alcohol to this 19-year-old girl. And with this, I'm going to show y'all some of the clips of Lily's account, and of course, all of this is not fully supported by concrete evidence, but everything in this is making it seem like Lemur is an unhinged creep. And again, I'm going to opine on this shit another time. None of this could have even started to happen if Lemur didn't cower in fear of his 19-year-old girlfriend and buy $100 worth of alcohol for their 4 days together.
We're tired, we're going to sleep. This is what I remember, by the way. We're going to sleep. And before all of this, though, I was telling him, I don't really feel comfortable the way he touches me. He would literally extend his arm out and slap my, and grab it to where I was like, dude, stop, stop. I don't like it. If you're listening to this, I know you are. I did tell you, and I did. I told you I was uncomfortable with it, and you did it anyway. Many times you said, oh, sorry, I'm just so clingy. He would just excuse it with, oh, I'm just so clingy, and you're just so, I don't know, are you even into me? Now this is where the story gets a little weird, because he starts throwing up. I'm taking care of him, but at the same time, I don't feel good either. Yeah. And then I start to not remember the night. This is when the crazy part happens. This happened on the first night, mind you. All I really remember is that I got so drunk to the point where he's throwing up. I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. I don't know what happened, but I'm just going to cut to the point where I wake up, because I'm telling you right now, I do not remember what happened besides me taking care of him. I wake up and I'm naked.
Okay.
Mind you, I don't know why I am, but me as a person, I respect myself enough to know that I shouldn't be on the first night.
So a quick shout out to all the other YouTubers who compiled these clips together, Major Chilla, Morty, and Pooh Boy for the interview. Without this interview, none of this could have happened, and we wouldn't have really gotten the full story on one of the most enjoyed lolcows in the content creator space, turning into the massive urinal cake he is now. So as y'all can see, the recount of what happened between Lemur and Lily is really sad to hear. You never like hearing this kind of shit from your fellow human being, you always want to hear the best about people, and hearing this is a real shame. In regards to the second part of this clip, Lemur's response to why Lily was unclothed was really shitty, saying that he was only trying to get her into the shower, which is I just struggle to grasp that one personally. And even if that first part of that clip where she was talking about how he would grab her and stuff like that isn't 100%, fact-based, you can never disrespect other people's personal boundaries. That is never okay. I wanted to be able to talk about this Leaping Lemur situation in a little bit of a shorter format for you guys, because there are so many other YouTubers that went, really into depth about this whole situation, and I feel like they had already really nailed it down. I'm a little tardy to the party here, and that's my fault. I got a lot going on right now, but I wanted to be able to talk to you guys about it and, see what you guys think. And overall, the situation in its whole is it's really bad. You can't really drum it up as anything different. I've watched a lot of different people's recounts on it and their videos, Major Chilla's interview, both of Lemur's responses to it, and it's just a bad situation. It's creepy. Lemur's a creep, and now he's been exposed for, who he is. He is now a Nova. So with that, I'm out of here today, guys. I appreciate you watching another video. This is a non-Nova video, so this is new territory for you guys today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry if it wasn't, to the best quality as the other ones you've seen. Still trying to figure this all out, but I hope that you enjoyed it nonetheless. So until the next one, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Deuces.